What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is going to be Monday the 5th of August, got confirmed as to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time is a new transfer upload. And finally, in the comment section below, what team in your opinion has had the best transfer window so far? Right, let's jump into the confirmed deals then, and first up we've got Spanish right back Juanfran. He joined Brazilian side Sao Paulo from Atletico Madrid. It's a free transfer and his contract lasts until December 2020. And bear in mind they signed Dani Alves just a couple days ago, so it's an interesting way they're going to line up next season, but I believe Juanfran can play on the left side as well. Former City holding midfielder Nigel de Jong has joined Qatari side Al Shahiniya, and that's from Al Ahly. It's a free transfer for him and I'm pretty sure it isn't on FIFA 19. Next up we move on to Turaj. He joined Fenerbahce from Kayserispor and it's a €2 million fee. Said has joined Toulouse from Dijon and they paid €8 million. AC Milan have signed another player this window and that is Benacer. He joined from Empoli for €16 million on a 5-year contract. And I could be wrong, but I believe he also had a very good African Cup of Nations tournament and ended up being one of the winners for Algeria. Brighton have broken their club record by bringing in Webster from Bristol City, and the reported fee is anywhere between £20 million and 22 mil. He signed a 4-year contract and he could well be the replacement for Lewis Dunk, who might be going to Leicester to replace Harry Maguire. Then we've got a big transfer for Everton as Moise Kean. He's joined from Juventus for an undisclosed fee, though some outlets are saying 27.5 million and others are saying 30 mil. Either way, it could reach up to around £36 million after additional fees, and it's on a 5-year contract. And like I've said a few times before, for Everton it's a very good deal, because not only is it a very reasonable price, but there is no buyback option for Juventus. They can, however, match any future bids made by other clubs, but for Everton at least they get a couple years out of him, and I imagine it'll be a very good signing. And next I move on to a rumour from RMC. There's an Eintracht Frankfurt have made an offer of €10 million for PSG goalkeeper Kevin Trapp. He had been a target for Porto, but they weren't able to meet PSG's asking price. Trapp already has a contractual agreement with the Bundesliga side, and he spent last season on loan in Frankfurt, having also played for them between 2012 and 2015. Foot Mercato are saying that Lille have made a decisive breakthrough in talks with Turkish side Trabzonspor for attacking midfielder Yusuf Yazici. An agreement has been reached over a €19 million fee, and the player already agreed personal terms with Lille several weeks ago. Of course, with the sale of Nicola Pepe for €80 million to Arsenal, as well as around 25 mil for Thiago Mendes to Lyon, Lille have got a fair amount of money to spend. And next up, according to RMC Sport again, they're saying Watford have rejected a £32 million bid from Everton for Abdoulaye Doucouré. The Toffees intend to up their initial offer in the coming days, and it could be a transfer they try and push through before the deadline day. I saw an article saying that Everton want to bring around 5 or 6 players in, and I think so far, this was based a couple days ago. So they've brought in Gabamin from Mainz and now Moise Kean from Juventus. And next up, according to Tuttosport, they're saying Monaco and Juventus are in talks over a deal for goalkeeper Matteo Perin. Juve want to offload the 26-year-old who looks set to join Benfica early this summer, but that deal it broke down because I think a failed medical. Monaco are ready to pay €3 million to get him on loan for a season and €12 million in a year's time to make it a permanent deal. And last time he featured in an episode when I mentioned the failed medical, there were also articles saying that despite him failing it, he may still join the Portuguese side Benfica in the winter. Inter midfielder João Mario wants to move to Monaco according to Calcio Mercato. The 26-year-old Portugal international is reportedly also a target for Wolves and Brighton, but following his time with West Ham last year, he isn't thought to be keen on a return to the Premier League. Inter are looking for a fee for at least €20 million for Mario, who has signed from Sporting back in 2016. And Gazzetta dello Sport are saying Inter have begun the search for a new midfielder after the departure of Nainggolan. That transfer of Nainggolan, by the way, for me right now on Sunday at midday, it hasn't been confirmed just yet, but he's set to return to Cagliari. And they do say that the Serie A side are now looking at Rakitic from Barca and Kevin Strootman from Marseille. Obviously, they're still trying to sign a striker being Lukaku, but for the midfield options, they are still looking to bring a couple players in. And next up, we got a quote from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's talking about Paul Pogba after the game against AC Milan on Sunday, or Saturday should I say, and he does say, "I have no doubt Paul Pogba will stay at Manchester United this summer." He also mentioned the Maguire deal is pretty much done, and again, that could well be confirmed by now. And Solskjaer said this a couple of hours after the reports came out that apparently Pogba wasn't injured for the game on Saturday, and instead he is now trying to force a move away. And next up, Calcio Mercato are saying that Lyon and Monaco are both interested in signing 25-year-old forward Suso from AC Milan. Milan are trying to convince the former Liverpool player to extend his contract, which still has 3 years remaining on it, but is listening to offers. Roma have also shown interest, but they're yet to make an official offer, but the teams may be put off by AC Milan's asking price of 30 to 40 million euros. Foot Mercato are saying that Wolves are in advanced talks to sign Southampton midfielder Mario Lemina, and it would be a loan deal with the obligation to buy next summer. They haven't mentioned how much the fee would be, but the midfielder did tell the Southampton board and manager last month he does want to move on. Giovanni Lo Celso has agreed a 5-year contract worth 4 million euros per season with Tottenham as he nears a move to England. Spurs are in talks with Real Betis over signing the Argentine, they're yet to reach an agreement over a price. Lo Celso, however, has already discussed personal terms with Tottenham, and Gazzetta dello Sport do say that he's set for a big pay rise. I'm actually kind of surprised Spurs haven't made the signing just yet, because Fekir came in as the apparent replacement for Lo Celso, and Tottenham have been interested for probably a couple of months now. Manchester City's Leroy Sané has reached a personal agreement with Bayern Munich, that's according to Sky Germany, and the latest report says Sané has agreed a yearly salary of 18 million euros, which I believe makes him the highest earner at the club, but the two teams still need to sit down and negotiate a fee. And the source for this one is going to be Gazzetta dello Sport yet again, and they're saying that Inter are prepared to let Icardi sit on the bench for the rest of his contract, that's instead of selling him this summer. He is looking for a way out of the club, or should I say Inter are trying to sell him, but Icardi does seem very intent on staying. Now the situation between Icardi and Inter was obviously bad anyway, but he has 2 years left on his current contract, and if he's forced to sit on the bench for those 2 years, that could be awful for his career. An interesting take from SoccerLink is that Tottenham manager Mauricio Pochettino has held talks with Dybala, and that's to convince him to sign for the club. However, talks between United and Juventus concerning the player continued yesterday, and United are still favourites. And in fact, Alfredo Padula is saying United are confident they can get a deal done, and the transfer of Lukaku going to Juventus and Dybala to United, it might also now include Mandzukic to United as well. However, Corriere della Sera are saying that Inter are ready to increase their offer for Manchester United striker Romelu Lukaku. They're set to bid around 70 million euros plus bonuses, which is 64 mil, rising potentially over 75. The Italian side have been trying to convince the Red Devils to let the striker go all summer, but they're yet to meet their asking price. And now they make another push for him this week by improving their offer, they have to compete with Juventus, who have already agreed personal terms with the Belgian international. Juve are hoping to swap Dybala for the striker, and Inter's bid could bring an end to United's hopes of landing the Argentine. And now we have got a very interesting update about Neymar's situation at Paris Saint-Germain and a potential move back to Barcelona. So the first story is coming from Goal.com. They're saying Barcelona are preparing to begin talks with Paris Saint-Germain for Neymar, and they're expected to launch an official offer in the next few days. And something to take note of is that you may have seen the videos on social media and whatnot going around that after PSG beat, I think it was Rennes on Saturday, they were playing for essentially I think the French version of the Community Shield, and Mbappe forced Neymar out of the team photo. And before that, when they were celebrating, it looked very uncomfortable because Verratti, he was essentially forcing Neymar to get involved. So realistically, does Neymar want to be at Paris Saint-Germain? And quite clearly he doesn't. And I think before the game as well, he refused to shake hands with Leonardo, who is a sporting director. An interesting story from Sport is that Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain are close to agreeing a loan deal for Neymar. The two sides are in talks over a temporary move, but does also include an option to buy for Barcelona next summer. It doesn't say how much it would cost them next year, but you would imagine the transfer fee for at least one season, it would be very, very high. And Barca could also send Rakitic to PSG as part of the deal to help lower the franchise asking price. PSG were very interested in Rakitic a year ago, and apparently they were contemplating making a move, but nothing really materialised. And a transfer that literally just went through right now for me is Junior Firpo. He's moved to Barcelona officially. It's from Real Betis for a fee of around 25 million euros, and it's on a 5-year contract. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and every day at 8 AM UK time it's a new transfer upload. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.